Welcome back to Tablet Talks. This is part five. This is part five. This might be part six. I don't know. I'm sort of freaking out actually. The last part cut out. I think this is part five of this rendition of the tablets of light of my emerald tablets. I'm your host, Tehuti. It's calling me Thoth. Thoth is fine. Symmetry is honestly the best because Thoth has a lot of weight on it. Why? Because of I'm not like it's because of this. Partially a big part to a lot of what I have gone through in my life and subconscious struggles, so to say, um, is very much linked to this tablet specifically. This rendition by Danielle Rama Hoffman. Um, so I'm about to get a little personal here because this is very important for all of us to understand how subconscious everything is, and how everything is truly connected by our feelings, and that's why when there's nothingness, that's nothing, cool, nothingness. The water realm is the astral realm. The physical realm is the earth realm. If we're just going to break it down into elements like that, so all of the astral realm is connected by feeling. It's all connected by vibration, by the feeling that spirits create. So when we've been going through these episodes and we see that these tablets are hammering in that this woman is saying that I want people to marry me. And that's the way to divine consciousness and divine source, to be in union with me. And it's like these tablets, this one is just so long because it's like a lot of just flowery language of like her having me just repeat myself to trap people in like some weird family thing. And this is what I'm talking about, where spirits create bodies in realms running away from their internal realm. So like if they're scared of their water, they don't feel good internally, they're going to try and cling on to earth that will make them feel like they're not drowning so much. That's what these women have been doing to me through lifetimes. And now my name is Chase in this one, and it's like, bro, like that me. So this is why I'm making these connections, because it's like wild. I have had a lot of very negative experiences with women obsessing over me, and then the negativity of appearing unrelatable, because that's supposedly such a good thing because we're in a toxically masculine society that does not understand vibration. And I would do my best to communicate through college why having these women constantly chasing me did not feel good and was not awesome. It doesn't matter what they look like. If they have a negative, gross, ugly vibration, it's messing up your life. It's like it's baggage. It's something that you have to like keep separating from, and it's just weird and stressful. And this was before I realized that I was the spirit who made Thoth. So this is when I was just being chased, creating symmetry, going to conventions, making my Spider-Man costumes, making my Black Panther costumes. Um, in 2016, uh, in 2016, of the summer of 2016, because it was right after my first year of college, in freshman year, I went to a convention and got super lit after I got kind of amped up on adrenaline, fighting people, and whatever. And after getting super lit, I woke up the next morning next to two women who I didn't know, did not recognize. And my costume, because I had this Black Panther costume at the time, and I was wearing a muscle suit at the time, sue me. So that was also over in the room, but I had my underwear on. So I like felt good in that moment because I was like, okay, I didn't have sex with these women. Because like that's something I'm really conscious of still. And it was like nice, at least coming out of like that blackout, seeing that like, all right, if my underwear are on, I probably didn't do it. And when I hopped out the bed, long story short, from the conversation I had with them, they let me know that I did not actually have sex with them. It was just me doing other things, but not letting them touch me or whatever. And then it became a talk of, well, if you have STDs or whatever. And one girl said, She didn't, and the other girl paused, and the other girl paused for too long, and that one girl got really upset about how that girl paused, and she said that she doesn't, but she used to have chlamydia like 3 weeks ago, and so I felt fine, but apparently those girls interacted in a deeper way, I suppose. And so she like tackled her off the bed, and they started fighting. I picked my shit up and ran out there. I'm like running down the spiral staircase. There's like paintings of like African just animals down the side like staring. And I'm like, bro, like what? Like this whole area is just like dirty and everything. Like people are like sleeping on the ground because it's like 10 something a.m. super bright and shiny sun. And I had a costume contest to get to because the prep was about to be all day and whatever. So I was just like rushing, like got down into the living room, put my costume on, like ran. And from there, I did my convention stuff. See? Hold up. Yes. From there, I did my convention stuff and went back home. Things were chill. There were 2 girls who I was interacting with at the time. And the one that I ended up hanging out with for multiple years in a boyfriend-girlfriend like fashion, I told her all this like immediately. I told like people because it was like wild. It was wild. And it only made it more wild because it like all connected like later with this and now these tablets, which is why I'm mentioning it. How subconscious and like just everything is like wildly connected through the astral realm, and it trickles down into physical reality, and it's all the time. It's created by our feelings that we create from our infinite individual spaces. Literally in October, it was October of 2016 when I went back to school because, I'm going back to school. And I started interacting with the other girl, and the other girl I stopped interacting with because she actually passed away. So that was a pretty wild summer for real of 2016, like a very wild summer where yeah, like that bond was like whole built up, and then yeah, she like moved on, like that whole this thing happened and like other stuff, and so it was like, and then the stuff with the girl who I was interacting with too was just like emotionally already turbulent and weird. Um, so what ends up happening in October is she starts getting texted by like strange numbers. And it's basically like as time goes on, it's like these girls claiming that she shouldn't be with me and that they are digitally harassing her because they want her to break up with me so that they can actually nurture me. And then at some point they got my number and they started texting me, and they started just like sending me hella stuff. They're like, I'm not even gonna get into all the details because I had to specifically not give it a lot of energy as I went to the school with it, and it like escalated throughout college. And it's so weird how these tablets, everything that's here, like it feels so deeply tied to what I went through, which is why I'm talking about it. Um, because these women, like basically what it trickled down to over time as like they were texting both of us, and she ended up changing her number, I ended up changing my number, um, and they ended up getting my number again, and then they kept texting me. They started like sending me pictures of like me walking in the street. They're like threatening to rape me a lot, as in like literally just saying that it doesn't really matter what I want, they know what I need type energy. And so like no matter how much I would resist, they would find that attractive for whatever reason. Uh and so this like was somehow at conventions and college, both these C words for Chase Clarence Calloway. At conventions and college, this cult was crafted out from wherever, just based on me expressing myself at conventions. And I made sure not to get lit like that really ever again at conventions. Me blacking out and like doing all that, like it was just after freshman year of college. I'm like, yo, freedom, and that's so. I guess it's how it had to happen. For real though, like stepping away from alcohol for the rest of conventions was a move in that way. That's where it became way more psychedelic. And shout out psychedelics, because instead of alcohol making me do things that are like desirous and impulsive and making me forget, doing acid would make me like stand up straighter. And like I only want to drink water. I don't want to eat food. And I'm like, colors are like popping, like the fractals and geometry and numbers of everything is coming out, just high details in everything, shifting, everything's vibrating. I'm like, and I've been able to see auras when I was a kid, able to see them more. So like being at conventions, being in like full Spider-Man costume, just partying, dancing with like hella dope ass creative artists, and like being in that energy and like being like just tripping as fuck was so awesome for my spiritual journey. And these girls almost took that from me. This is why I'm talking about like worship is so disgusting. It makes me want to go hermit mode. That's like everything with hermetics. This is the balance of a muscle. When you expand, you must also contract. And the importance of knowing how like everything's connected. And when you are focusing on something, you're putting weight on it. And if you're worshiping something and like putting your sins on it, because that's how these tablets were written, right? We've gone through these episodes. We see that they literally have me saying, bring your sins to the table. Like they literally are using me as a Jesus figure to like take all this vibrational, disgusting weight from all these spirits who may look like attractive women or just look in general attractive and may look just like normal. But for whatever reason, if they don't want to be alone with themselves, they're bringing that to me. And as more and more people are just bringing that to me, it's a whole thing. And they're like creating a group around it. And that's what this has been. And so they're talking about like divine transmissions of light codes to activate hidden keys to conscious evolution within your soul. Transmitted to Danielle Rama Hoffman by Thoth. No, keeper of the Akashic Records and member of the Council of Light. I'm not a member of the Council of Light. So this is where the cult, like, this is a cult. Like, these women created a cult around me. And as I was expressing that, I ended up, like, polarizing most of my friends. Because I had, like, some good, like, you know, a few straight male friends in school. But then, like, only women were able to empathize with that. Because men, that's where I learned a lot. I learned a lot through these experiences. Like, a lot. So, whatever. But that's where like I learned a lot about how men specifically like are the fiery ego. And because they can't help but project what they would want onto someone, then they're literally only able to see what you're going through as a fake problem if it's something that they want. So that's where all these straight dudes are like, bro, how are you even complaining about this? Bro? Like, what's your problem? And then that's where it just became like a whole weird conversation and like a weird such wild weird psychic energy for college and conventions for my time as Chase, where it's like getting chased by women, but at the same time they're not out in the open about it. They're like being very occult about it. They're being very in the dark about it. They're being very like subconscious about it while manifesting in like physical ways, but like for whatever reason, because this is what would confuse me. I'm like, if you really wanted to like just hook up with me and get in my pants or whatever and like start building a relationship with me and nurturing me, why would you come at me with such like a weird, desirous, like lusty vibration? And just like instantly turn me off. Like, it's so weird. So I can only chalk it up to like spirits feel the need to be understood. And it's just a way for like their spirits to protect me from their body by letting me know what they're really about. So my spirit can send me the vibration of you and I won't get turned on as a man, no matter how thick their butts are or how voluptuous their boobs are or how skinny their waists are, based on just everything from the pictures that they're sending me of like, oh, got a picture with you as Black Panther, but then like their face is scratched out. So like I took 1,000 pictures with people at the convention that day. I don't know which girl is which. And I literally, it's just like, it's a mind game. And it was just like mind games. mind games, bro. And this is it. Like, it's very much tied to these tablets, to this woman um acting like she was transmuting me through all these 127 pages of just like feel good stuff that is basically just like more Christianity. And yeah, I empathize with Jesus. Like, Jesus, if you really care about Jesus, don't give him your sins. Just like if you really care about me, don't give me your sins. Like, let me be free. Like, what's happening here? Like, what happened if you love something, set it free? I actually got that question for a cosmic conversation. So that's about to happen, because literally freedom is the actual nature of the spirit. Love is a desire. So when all these women love me and they're just loving me all day and they're just like showing me how they want to love me, it's just desire. They're just showing me how they want me to fulfill something inside themselves. And that's a never ending black hole womb that will just like suck away my energy. And this is just, this is so, like, this life makes so much more sense making these videos. I'm really glad that I'm doing this. Like, I didn't realize how much this was going to be for myself. I truly thought it was like, okay, people, you know, asking questions from cosmic conversations for me to go into my tablets. I need to do that anyway, even just from an ego perspective of like, is this dude really even Thoth? So let me actually recheck my tablets. And now it's like, oh, snap. Like, the first tablet was normal. The second tablet was literally someone named Jace Charles instead of Chase Calloway. And now this third tablet is literally making my whole life of being chased by a cult of women make sense. Because this is this energy, but like in a truly weaponized way towards feminine spirits. Because if you're a spirit that's taken a female body, this means that you're way more interested in being all one in this lifetime than being alone. That's why you are conductive to creating life, because a entity who wants to be alone, aka a man, has to be alone inside of you so you can be all one, nurturing his aloneness. And that's what it means to seed and then fertilize, and then you create a baby. And now you're all one and you are the family. You're the one who links the man who is alone to this child. And that's like the physical representation of how spirits create themselves, basically. So if you're in a female body, you're like, your mission, a lot of your leveling up is going to be tied to relationships, basically. Because women are moons. Like, they are way more interested, as we can even just see in these tablets, in reflecting a sun and revolving. So this is where me being the moon god, the god of wisdom, I am thought. And the way that it's supposed to be articulated is that thought is what stabilizes feelings, aka physical reality, and feelings are astral reality. And then nothingness is spiritual reality. And that's where desirelessness, nothingness, is like all of infinity. Like, that's true infinite possibilities. And then because we feel like connecting, we create the astral realms, we create the astral waters. And from there, as we unite the imaginations based on how we felt like connecting, we can then create some chi. We all communicate. And then that's where we trickle down into earth and actually get simulations and all this solid light that allows us to do these more metaphysical things in a more structured way. That's what it means to be thought. That's what it means to have wisdom and stabilize women. So I get it. Like, I'm a Taurus sun, right? Like, I get it. Like, women expect me to be their rock. And in general, this is just a nature of man and woman. As a man, if you're in a male body, you are meant to have your emotions in check. Not that you shouldn't show your emotions. The opposite. If you don't show your emotions and someone's like, do you have them in check? Or are they about to like blow up or some stuff? Like, what's going on here, bro? So it's important. Like, it's just, you're supposed to have your emotions in check, as in not be emotionally reactive. So this is why women, they will like quote unquote shit test men, or just like attack them, or like even in like the most loving relationships, just like attack their ego, basically, because they know that the world is going to attack their man's ego. And a woman is like, if my man can't even protect himself from me, then how is he going to protect me from the world? So this is why like women will, come at you if you're a man and in a relationship with them, and they built this expectation up of you are their protector. They need to make sure that you're actually worthy of being their protector, or else they need to do something, figure something else out. So these tablets are specifically tailored towards feminine spirits who feel like they need a protector. That's really like very much a lot of the energy of what it takes to worship something. Anyway, it's very feminine to worship something. To worship something is to use your subconscious to nurture a consciousness. So these women have been using their subconscious to nurture my consciousness. So as this tablet, literally all that cult stuff was manifested. It started in like October 2016 for real. This book was released in April of 2017, I believe. So that literally means that they were formulating it like during this time. Yeah, 324 pages. Wow. Yeah, where is this? There we go. April 24th, 2017. So this cult like escalated. Like I was getting chased by these women for a long time until it just like they finally like through a lot of fasting and me just ignoring the messages and not talking to people about it and suffering in the dark and separating, because I wouldn't know. Anytime a girl would come up to me in college, I wouldn't know she was actually there to like somehow sexually assault me or take advantage of me. And a girl would come up to me at a convention, I wouldn't actually know if she was there to take advantage of me or sexually assault me. So then it became a thing of like, oh, well, Chase, he needs protection and he needs groups of people to protect him from these things. So then it became like groups of friends squatting up to protect me. But then that's where it was like cults and cults. I want everyone to be an infinitely individual, infinitely awesome individual, whatever, infinite individual. You're an infinite individual. I was hating that it was like then a tiered system of people focusing on me. Of like now people are diverting themselves from their life to protect me from these people who are focusing on me. And now it's like, then it was weird because at conventions, certain people would then expect that I should have sex with them because they were protecting me from these people who were trying to make me have sex with them. So even then, like, I was then starting to see, like, that was like coming up. People were protecting me from the desire of, oh, well, he's like worried about having sex with people trying to take advantage of him. So I'll take advantage of the situation and protect him so he'll have sex with me. At the moment I don't have sex with them, then they turn on me and get upset. And now I get attacked from them as well. So this is truly like, this is all subconscious. This is all connected based on spirits feeling like connecting. All these spirits feeling like connecting with me has manifested as spirits feeling like connecting with me. So when we read this, like, just know that this has caused a lot of trauma for me in my life. Like this, it makes so much sense, like with how hard this is correlated. That this was released in 2017 on me in unhealthy ways, despite me not even publicly being thoth. Like somehow these girls knew, like they were constantly so hyper focused on like, oh, he needs to be with a woman who like will totally understand him and actually nurture him. And like they kept focusing on like how it shouldn't be a white woman. But then when they started sending me nudes, a lot of them were white women. So like that's just like this race stuff is weird. Like I'm very traumatized by race in this life. I'm not about to get into all that and how that's affected me romantically or whatever. Specifically, the point is worshiping entities is not the move. You're supposed to worship yourself, because if you worship someone, you're just bringing your problems to them. And I am truly just not attracted to women who don't like to be alone. This has been the main problem with, like, it doesn't matter how physically attractive society has told me to find you based on how you look. If you don't enjoy marrying your all one to your alone, aka you don't enjoy marrying your own feminine waters into your own masculine thoughts, your feelings into your thoughts to actually create life, then you're not a sustainable partner for me to create life with in any way. And I can tell that as a woman, or just as a spirit in general, then you very well may have just made this attractive body to consume light. And that's a lot of women who are physically attractive, where it's a spirit that just purposefully made a body in that realm for spirits who are lost in light so that they can consume the subconscious of spirits who are lost in light. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing. She ain't messing around. No, no. So yeah, this is wild. Within each of us resides a diamond light seed of divine consciousness waiting to be activated. Wrong. Colonialism. Transmitted to Danielle Rama Hoffman by Thoth, Lies, Keeper of the Akashic Record. Okay, I'm not saying I'm getting like attacked right now, but there's no reason this phone and my technology should be messing up like this. So I don't know if maybe it's just my vibration of me getting really upset or just coincidence, just technology things, whatever. So we're back. Whatever. This is a bunch of colonialism. So yeah, this is us just reading, like, this is how they're selling the book. Engaging you in a multi-dimensional conversation directly with Thoth. Each tablet transmission in his book includes embedded light codes of high vibrational energy and consciousness, which activate hidden keys to consciousness evolution within your soul, offering the opportunity to leave behind and evolve outdated ways of being, such as acting from fear, being restrained by self-consciousness, and hiding your brilliance. The teachings of the tablets of light enable you to awaken oracular vision, reestablish quantum consciousness, and become vibrationally autonomous and reactivate your divine light body. So this is all colonialism. This is all preying on spirit's desire to just live one way, as if negative feelings are not meant to be used to level up further. So spirits that are uncomfortable with their negative feelings, this is who they're preying on. And thus, since they're using me to do it, then it's manifested in my life as women with all their negative feelings preying on me, wanting to consume my light in whatever way so that they can feel better. But if they literally don't feel better or feel good alone, then they're not actually going to feel better with me in a sustainable way. Offering the opportunity to leave behind, including breathing exercises, hologram-inspired visualizations, and unity consciousness practices. You unite with yourself. Do not unite with anyone but yourself. Do not unite with me. I don't want you uniting with me. I fly alone. And I'll touch down when I feel like it, okay? Like, don't be chasing me. Jeez. Yeah, like these reviews, like here we are. Like these are all women. And these are all like authors of, spiritual texts. One of them is like a sexual one. So like, this is what I've been dealing with. That's crazy. Like this is where the cult of women has been coming from. That's so, I'm glad I'm making the connection now. Daniel's inspired scribing and deep personal relationship with the ascended master Thoth allow for the emergence of ancient wisdom for modern times to assist humanity in activating the hidden keys of quantum consciousness. The true key is to remember unity consciousness at all times. Oh, true colonialism, that's insane. And for each of us to begin to develop our own direct connection to this great master of multidimensional consciousness and the councils of light. This is a cult. Do you see this? This is the cult of women chasing me through dimensions. Like, that's fucking wild. This is, gotta trap this energy. So, no, not Thoth. I'm Symmetry. And Symmetry and Thoth, big time, but big time Symmetry, here to tell you, don't worship anything but yourself. Because when you worship, you're building a warship. And I don't need you using your rotten wood to build my ship. I've got my supplies popping off. I don't need whatever you think you've got going into me because you feel good about uniting with me. But then really you are only want to unite with me because you're getting something from me. So you're a consumptive demon. Like these are demons. You know, like not like everyone has to be demonic, like they have to be consumptive. But like this is like true demon. Especially like they're consuming this devolving light of, yeah, Thoth and my creation. I'm not my creation. It is my vibration and it has affected me and it's been tied to me and it's been a big part of my awakening process. So, whatever. The true key is to remember unity. Yeah, no, whatever, bro. Oh, man. That was written by Linda Starr Wolf, PhD, author of Shamanic Breathwork. Danielle's capacity to bring the transmission of Thoth to enliven consciousness and awaken oracular vision is profound. The increase in vibration you'll receive reading this book activates a new level of soul purpose and a deeper level of unity consciousness within. Unite with yourself. This is so wild. Lisa Michaels, author of Natural Rhythms. This book will raise your vibration just by reading it. It's filled with specific exercises to awaken the universal divine design codes and to apply the wisdom of Thoth in order to create in unity consciousness instead of from the energies of separation. Everything is separation and everything is connection because it's all nothing. Because we're all individual infinity. We are all in our separate spaces, so we need to create physical reality to connect. This is demons, this is white supremacy colonizing that connection and being like, hey, no matter what you are, you just need to remember that you're part of us. And it's just preying on like specifically feminine spirits. And specifically, like it seems like very sexual feminine spirits, because sex is the ultimate desire, is to create art with another person, to create art with another spirit. Spirits create simulations with themselves. We create worlds to have sex. It's all six. Like the number stuff I'm talking and kicking about. Like the number stuff I am sharing. Everything is six. That's just showing me that I need to slow down because I was like saying 3 different things at one time. Everything is uniting your masculine and feminine energy together. These spirits that are inherent, like super feminine and in feminine bodies, they don't do that internally. So they need to be and want to be and desire to be and very well may have created a very attractive body to make it the most possible to be all one with a spirit inside of a simulation that they want to latch onto. So this is literally like the cults of women that have been chasing me. That's wild. Like it's been years, and it's like, and it's been in my dreams. Like it's been when like the first time I did DMT, and then that's what made me like, oh snap, okay. The first time I did DMT, I just blasted off, and it was just like spirits chasing me. Let me hone in and go to my space, and then that's where I was using DMT to get in touch with Irisel, my subconscious mind, who I've been in connection with since 5th grade, and actually accessing my spirit space. And now I'm in connection with Anubis, who is at home with my spirit space. We've got it popping. It's lit. I love him. And everything's making way more sense now. I'm very glad that you are along with me on this journey because this is wild. Don't worship me. Get your stuff right, then come connect with me. Better yet, just build an awesome individual. Like, let's be superheroes together. This is the point. This is why I resonate with Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man's whole issue with dating Mary Jane and dating most of those girls is that they don't have superpowers like him, so he's scared for them. So he's like keeping secrets and lying to them about who he is because he's scared of like how they'll be in danger because they can't live at the spiritual level that he is. They don't have the ability to express more infinite possibilities than, humans. They're just humans. So this is like, you need to just be a superhero on your own. That's when you'll actually be a superhero. This is them colonizing my text of teaching that, sharing that, which I'm here to do now again in English and probably in a better way. Um, Teaching and doing that in a way that is making people not be their own superhero, but ride on me as a superhero. So it's like now they're using all their superhero powers just to chase me and like chase me in divine union and be like, I have to constantly remember you. Ugh. And it's like, hold up. Focus on yourself. I'm just flying, bro. And it's just like women. It's like, focus on yourself. What is this? Jeez. Danielle Rama Hoffman has done it again. The Tablets of Light is a crystal clear transmission that outshines the many titles covering a similar theme. Why? Because it is evident that she is truly scribing this wisdom. Wow. It's dripping with truths that soothe, inspire, activate, and heal. Desires. Thank you, Danielle, for continuing the journey with us. Ania? Sophia. Anaya Sophia, author of Sacred Sexual Union. Right. Danielle has put on paper a hypnotic and rhythmic message that can open and advance each reader. Anyone seeking life's fulfillment and enlightenment can throw themselves wholeheartedly into the flow of this river and allow themselves to become this river. Wow. So become the vibration of being in divine union with me. This is truly when in senior year, it was at the end of first semester, I started getting texted by the boyfriends of the girls who were worshiping me and like had this cult about me and were doing all this stuff. And he said that he found my number because he went into his girlfriend's phone and found a group chat of over 200 different numbers of people just straight up talking about me and sharing pictures of me that they had somehow taken of me, taken with me, and he got my information. And this is why it's now, let's get into the super dark side of worship. The way you worship others, you don't know how the people in your life, how they're about to react to that. So if you're a girl worshiping me, how is your boyfriend going to feel? Because if you want to be with me so hard, then you're definitely already being with someone that you are with because you can't be with me yet. Because this is like the whole thing, like women specifically like have this problem of being alone, whereas men have this problem of being all one. So women have this problem where like they just don't really want to be alone. So they'll rather be in some kind of lame ass or abusive relationship and focus and worship some guy in the dark until they can like swing onto him and then ditch the other guy. Instead of just healthily being like, wait, I don't want to be with this person, so let me break it off healthily and be alone. So this is that energy. And like literally it's just like training all these female spirits to do this. To dive into the vibration of being in union with me and then be that vibration. So it's just like their spirit through, and then this is where it becomes the astral realm. Like it becomes greater than their body. So now their spirit, when they're saying like, remember this divine union with Thoth, it's literally just like now their spirit, no matter where their body is, it's just like sending this subconscious water astral stuff, like focus on the frequency of the spirit that created Thoth and chase him. Just chase him. And it's like when these guys at the end of senior year, that boyfriend started like, he was starting to threaten to kill me. And they said that they were like outside of my dorm. And that was like a whole scary period with like threatening to lynch me. And I kept the school up to date with this cult stalking me and kept it in the dark. They're like, don't post about this on social media. You need to be quiet about it. So I'm just suffering about it and like not connecting with people, flinching when a girl comes up like, hey, Chase, I like your content. It's like, you know too much about me. And it's like social media. People are supposed to know about you. But like, I don't know why you know so much about me. And it was just, I disconnected myself from so many people in art school out of fear of being, for lack of a better word, raped by women who are trying to take advantage of me, and specifically being a black man. Because this was my first experience hooking up with a girl at college. Was hooking up with a girl where she wanted to have sex with me. I refused. She wanted to suck my dick. I refused. And instead I fingered her. And then she went and tried to spread rumors telling people that I was coming on to her when she invited herself into my room and was aggressive towards me, and I refused her advances. So then she was trying to spread that, and my friends told me, and they're like, yeah, we already saw she was like super into when we were all together. This was before classes even started. This was like the first week of school, and then I saw a blood moon. This is also for my first time seeing a blood moon. Synchronicities. Especially because, yeah, this girl has a name that's very associated with indigenous cultures of a blood moon. So then it was like she ended up being interested in me still and came back to my room after trying to spread those rumors that I came on to her. And then I didn't do anything with her. Then she was upset. And then, like, we just didn't really talk or interact. But for the rest of the school year, when she would see me, she would violate my personal space and grab my ass. And it's just like, me as a man, no one would take sexual assault against me as a man, especially a black man, seriously. No, like, really no one. And then the people that did, it was like, I felt bad because I'm not trying to colonize their space with these thoughts about me. This is what this whole text is doing. This is not me. This is why this is all lies. This hurts. Like, if you think you need healing and you're in pain, then you focusing on me is giving me your pain and manifesting that pain in my life. And like, now I have to literally go create a totally separate universe with a whole different name if I don't want to be associated with that vibration. But because I'm always the natural expression of myself of just being wisdom, it's still going to somehow be tied to me anyway. Like, I shouldn't have to not be myself. That's what I went through going to conventions in this lifetime. Of like, well, I shouldn't have to not go to conventions because girls are trying to sexually assault me and harass me. Like, that's not really fair. Like, it's what, like, I just don't get to express myself now? I don't get to step out of my space? Yo, this is insane. Danielle has put on paper a hypnotic and rhythmic message that can open and advance each reader. Anyone seeking life's fulfillment and enlightenment can throw themselves wholeheartedly into the flow of this river. Oh, right, yeah, all that. Become this river, experiencing entirety, from source to wherever it is meant to take you. They're just using me as source, but like stealing your imagination. But it's, yeah, this is why I have to be here doing this. Here's the passion for me to do this video. Only I can do this. This is wild, or else this would just keep happening. And I'd be suffering. And all these spirits would continue suffering because they're not actually getting my wisdom, which would be me showing you how you actually marry yourself and work on yourself so that then we can work together, actually. I would like to work together. I love everybody. Like, I truly love all spirits. I like seeing everything being connected. It's like no judgment. Like, the only judgment then is what spirit is violating another spirit's consent. This is spirits violating consent because they have colonized what I created to give you freedom so that they can enslave you. And it's affected me in very strong, deep ways. Just wild, deep ways. Danielle Hoffman's new book is inspirational. It is a potent source of wisdom that encourages us to wake up to our true identity. It also offers sustenance as we choose to live from our true, authentic, divine self and live out of our own divine design. I love this book. Sherilyn Hidalgo, author of The Healing Power of Trees. All right, so Danielle Rama Hoffman is an ancient wisdom keeper. Let me slow down because I said I was bringing the fire to this, but I just, again, did not realize how the Tablet Talks was going to get as a series. So communication is everything. Everything in the universe is communicating. This is wisdom. And it's all riding a vibration from imagination. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. Danielle Rama Hoffman is an ancient wisdom keeper, scribe, divine transmitter, member of the lineage of Thoth, and a leader in the shift to unity consciousness. Get out of here. Yes, like that. Get out of here. The author of the Temples of Light and the Council of Light and the creator of Divine Transmissions and Thoth's Magic Academy. She leads retreats in France and offers classes and high-level mentoring online. All right, so I'm going to have to talk to this woman. Um, I'll give her the super benefit of the doubt and assume that she's being manipulated by higher entities than herself. Because that's really how this stuff is going, basically. That's how this happens. That's like politics, where everyone, like a very grounded example, if everyone needs money to do something, then it doesn't really matter what's being done inside of money. The only people who are actually profiting and manifesting anything real are the people who created that concept of money that people are using to communicate their imaginations together and then build structures. So yeah, this is just a lot about so much logical lostness of like feel good stuff to make you worship and unite and marry me and believe in, yeah, unity consciousness. But it's just like you're only uniting with me, but like with like their version of me, and it's like they're siphoning it, so it's like all connected. This is just true vampire stuff. Again, Europeans love vampires. They love bats. They love sucking the blood from other spirits and getting their power from that. It's truly, they're obsessed with vampires. That's Twilight, right? Vampires are sexy. It is sexy to drain the blood of other spirits to the European system. Shout out this this review, by the way. A little overhyped. I'm a very practical person. Practical action and or practical wisdom. As a Virgo, thank you, Ray. I just felt that this author's transmission of the Tablets of Thoth, if you want to call it that, right, was really overhyped. I believe it is the ancient Egyptian order and their gods, the Neteru, because I study this, is the foundation of my spirituality. I'm just not sure if this is divine. Thank you, Ray. That's right. It did nothing for me, literally. I've had more spiritual enlightenment, if you will, in other books I paid less for. Right. Long story short, I felt like somebody was just talking to me, trying to sound extraordinarily eloquent with no sustenance or substance, whatever. Substance, man. Sustenance, substance, substance. I need practical knowledge and wisdom to move me, not a great speech, which is all this book was for me. That's right, Ray. Yeah, so this is just us taking a little detour before we get back into. You can read these reviews if you want. This just like, that's funny that he has the only 3-star review and all these are 5 stars. You're not merely reading a book, you are entering an environment. So yeah, again, writing a vibration, become the vibration, and then chase me through all of the astral realm. And make me like have to get more in my separate Hermes bag. So I'm not taking all your baggage. Clear sight in the midst of big changes in our world. I'm stunned by the perfect divine timing with this book has been published. Now more than ever, it's time to evolve into unity consciousness. All right. We're not about to read these. We're just, yeah, we're about to get back into the tablets. I truly low-key, like, just don't feel like going through this. It's important that I do, and I will. It's just like, this is gross. And yeah, like, it's helping, like, it's explaining a lot for me. So everything's connected. Everything's communicating. Got it. For sure. All right. We're out of here. Peace out. This is your boy Thoth. We will be back in, I think it's episode 6 next time. Yes. Where we'll get right back into these tablets in Danielle's transmission of how it's important that everyone marries me because they are writing all of my creations with this unity conscious stuff right now. Peace.